So you may have seen my Booktown video, which was in Scotland, but this time I've been to Wales, to a place called Hay on Wye. So it's a similar sort of concept to Wigtown. It's a book town with loads and loads of really unique, independent, cute little bookshops with loads of second-hand bargains and little treasures, and a few new books as well. So I think there must have been about 15 bookshops or so that I went in, which is kind of crazy. And I did get a few books to show you in a little haul at the end of this, but I just want to firstly share with you some footage of the place and talk you through a few of the really cute little shops. Do let me know if you've been and if you enjoyed it, or if you intend to go. I'm very into book towns recently. I think they're so wholesome and just make me so happy. So here's a little bit of footage with me taking you with me around the shops. This first one, Richard Booth, is quite a famous shop. It's got glass windows in the top and the bottom. It's really big as well. It's got all this wooden infrastructure which just gives it such a homely feel. It's got rows and rows across 3 floors, and it feels very studious, and you can pretty much find any topic that you're looking for in there. This next one, Adimans, was probably my favourite, I'd say. It had a really cool science fiction section, just so many books in one place. I felt like they really thought about design as well. Each room was quite unique. This one was a little bit more gothic. I absolutely loved the lighting in there, and I was kind of tempted to get one of these books. I think I might ask for the Edgar Allan Poe one, maybe for Christmas. The downstairs floor of Adimans was wooden with blue and gold painting, and the books just kind of put in these little archives. They were so cute. And just down the side of Adimans there's this book passage. It's just full of really old books, but they were colour coordinated, and just somehow it was such a vibe. It was really cool to film. This one is Murder and Mayhem, and they had a little tiny model of the shop in the window. And this one is Gay on Wye, which is a play on Hay on Wye, but it's all LGBTQ books, so they've all got a gay romance, all the books that you see in this shop. And the guy who was running the shop was really cool, really chatty. And this one, I just thought this stairway was really nice. This shop had loads of great folio books, so I was really enjoying that. And as I said, I did get some books. I was quite restrained, and with Christmas coming up soon, I did get a few gifts. I actually went with my mum to Hay on Wye. So I got a couple of things that she saw that she really liked. The first up is this beautiful folio. Now, I have been on the lookout for folio books because I'm sort of building a little collection, but my mum doesn't have one, and she's always having a look at my, I think I've got I can see them up there, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 currently, and then another one that I'm going to show you in a sec, but this one I bought for my mum. And isn't it just gorgeous? I saw it straight away. It's The Brontes, A Life in Letters. So it's all about, it's got the little Evers there. It's all about the Bronte sisters, and I think there was a brother as well. I'm not as into the Brontes as my mum is, but she knows a lot about their family and their life and their estates and stuff like that, so she will definitely get a lot out of this, more than I possibly ever would. It's quite hard to get out of the box for some funny reason, so there might be a slight cut here so I don't look ridiculous. There we go. There we go. The book, if you can hear, is kind of like a canvasy texture, and it has this beautiful design. It's like all my mum's colours as well, like this minky sort of beige and the greens and the yellow. It's gonna almost be like a decoration in her house, as well as a book that she'll hopefully get a lot out of. But like a lot of folios, this one doesn't have pictures. It's just text. Oh my gosh, there's something written in it. What's this say? Oh my god. It says C.W. Gurin. I don't know what that means, but it's funny because as we were in the shop, I said to my mom as she was flipping through it, like, oh my gosh, stop, because I've seen something written, and then we couldn't find it again, and I've literally just turned to that page. But yeah, it's mostly just letters between the siblings. I think I'm gonna give her this for possibly for her birthday, which is in January, and she turns 60. I think it would be a nice one to get to give her as like a memory of our trip. Matches my nail varnish too, I didn't realise. So that's my first one. Next up is another folio book, but this time this one is for me. It's to add to my collection. It will be my fifth folio book. But this one is The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, and it's got this pretty little picture on the front, and that's of Mary Lennox standing in her garden. And the book itself is just beautiful. Again, it's Mary standing in front of the tree. And it's got this lovely canvasy cover. Great for ASMR. The story is all about the character I just mentioned called Mary Lennox. She's a pretty angry, frustrated she follows a little robin to find it. She finds the secret garden in his estate. And this is all about how she sort of finds herself through restoring the garden and meeting loads of really inspirational, lovely characters who learn a lot from her, but she learns a lot from too. And I watched this film as a kid, and I have read the book before, and actually, quite embarrassingly, I have the book already, but I have it in a different version. It's just like, it was a fairly cheap hardback, and my mum was like, oh, I don't have a copy of The Secret Garden, so I could like buy your old one off you and then you can have this folio one. So I'm like, I'll just have it. So she's had my old copy and now I've got this folio one. Oh, honestly, sometimes you've just got to think some things just bring you joy, and I just really wanted it. I love the story. It's got sprayed edges on the top as well. I thought it was on the bottom, but it's not. So, I think this is so lovely, and I don't know whether the sleeve is meant to have this like mottled sort of effect, but I think it must do. I did wonder if it was like deterioration over time, but it feels very clean, and I'm not going to take it out again, but the inside is like really crisp and white, so it doesn't feel like it's tarnished in any way. So maybe it's just meant to be like this, I'm not sure. I could have a look online, I suppose, and see if other copies are like that, but it doesn't really matter anyway. I love it. Next up is a book by Victoria Hislop. This is another gift from my mum. She saw this in one of the shops, and it's the new book by Victoria. I think my mum's read pretty much all of her books, so she wanted this one for Christmas. And it was actually half price as well, so it was only £12.50 I think, which is pretty good for a hardback. It's all about the acquisition of treasures and sort of the questionable prices that people will pay for them, especially focusing on the figurine, which I think is like a Grecian treasure. And running alongside this, there's a girl called Helena who has inherited her grandparents' estate and treasures, and she's trying to figure out her ancestry and what everything means. So I don't know much more about this book. It wasn't my choice, such a signature style of thinking and a signature style of writing. So I want to know if Matt Haig is one of those where I'll enjoy other books in his collection as well. So I picked up this one, and this is all about a guy called Tom Hazard. Now Tom is living in London, and he is working towards being a history teacher, but he has this secret. Although he looks 41, he's actually been alive for centuries. He has this rare condition that has kind of stopped his time, and he has in fact performed Shakespeare and travelled with Captain Cook, amongst many other things. But now he just wants a normal life, so he's trying to be a history teacher, and he obviously has a clear advantage there too. But there is a society called the Albatross Society who protect and look after people like Tom with this condition, and they have one rule, which is to not fall in love, because obviously that will have complications. So Tom is obviously grappling with that, and presumably there's going to be a love interest involved. So I'm really excited to try it. I also love that the cover goes with my Midnight Library cover, which is, I know it's a bit sad, but like the yellow goes really nice and like the style of the book, so I love that they're gonna look cute on my bookshelf together. I also picked up a book by Joanne Harris. Now, I've never tried Joanne Harris books before, but again, I feel like there's a lot of my mum's influence in this video, I'm sorry, but she recommended this book to me as we were going round, and she said it has beautiful setting and a really nice story. So this is Ghostliners by Joanne Harris. It's one of her favourites. And it's all about a character called Maddo, who has returned to an island called Le Devlin. That's from her childhood, a very tortured childhood. And Le Devlin is shaped like a sleeping woman. I don't know what I'm drawing here, but the top half, the head, and the bottom half, the feet, are in conflict with each other. And Mado is returning home to sort of reconnect with her family and try to overcome some of these challenges and whatnot. So hopefully I'll enjoy it. It sounds a bit same reality for me, but we'll see. She was very keen for me to buy it, so I'm up for a bit of her influence. It's quite a pretty cover. I like the seaside-y shoes and shells and sort of decrepit kind of sea-swept nature of it. It's quite cool. So I'll give that a go. And the last thing I want to just very quickly show you is this super cute and also quite nice crinkly little decoration. So it's a heart, a wooden heart with little books and plants. And I think what I'm going to do, because on my bookshelf, I keep looking over there because my bookshelf is over there, I've got like a stack of books, pretty books, and I think I'm going thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you